what's up guys? I'm BTC. Right now, the Overwatch World Cup is happening. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't really care about professional Overwatch esports, so I tend to not make a lot of videos about it. But I wanted to get a little bit of feedback from you guys on something that I noticed while watching the World Cup. So first up, in case you didn't know, the Overwatch professional scene isn't really doing the greatest right now. When Overwatch first came out, there was a bit of a surge, but that died down pretty fast. Because Blizzard is targeting a largely casual player audience for Overwatch in general, the demand for high-skill professional Overwatch tournaments just really isn't there. Since the game came out, a lot of esports organizations tried to field a team in Overwatch, but then later ended up just dropping it due to lack of interest. Very recently, Hammers Esports and Tempo Storm both dropped their Overwatch teams. Some of the organizations that actually run the tournaments also simply stopped running Overwatch because, again, lack of interest, and added to the fact that it just wasn't making them any money. A lot of pro players also gave up on Overwatch. They either abandoned the game entirely or they moved away from tournaments and now they only live stream. Just recently, one of the most well-known players in Overwatch, DPS Stanky, said that he is mostly leaving the game and he's going to significantly reduce the amount of time he devotes to it. So he's not completely eliminating it right now, but I imagine that it will be gone altogether after a couple of months. And despite the fact that Blizzard likes to parade around the 30 million players who tried out Overwatch, the viewership for the tournaments has always been quite low. And the biggest complaint on why people didn't watch the pro-level esports was that they found it boring and stale. Because only a small amount of characters are viable at the professional level, people just got tired of seeing the same 7 or 8 characters over and over again. So that brings me to the very reason why I decided to make this video. While I was watching the World Cup, I noticed that all of the players were only using the default skins, and they were also only using the default sprays as well. Now, I've seen other Overwatch tournaments run by third-party companies, and those players were using whatever character skin they wanted. But it seems that in the official Blizzard-run tournaments, that everyone is required to use the default skins. And I'm assuming that this is going to be the same policy for the Overwatch League that they're trying to bring about. Now, the apparent reason for why they require everyone to use the default skin is so that new viewers of the tournament don't get confused by having the same hero looking slightly different. While I can understand this a little, it's only a barely, marginally valid reason. There are many other competitive games, significantly more popular than Overwatch, mind you, that allow character customization and custom skins and other effects. Just the other week was the EVO tournament, and the biggest game there is Street Fighter V. The finals were even broadcast on ESPN. All the characters in that game have quite a few different skins, but I doubt few people are confused by it. Only someone who has absolutely zero knowledge of the game would likely get confused. Other games like CSGO and Dota have massively larger audiences than Overwatch does, and again, multiple character skins don't seem to be a problem. In CSGO, the players can't change their character skin, but they can change their weapon. However, the viewers are easily able to recognize the guns whether they're using a different skin or not. Even if the AK-47 has a different color and a bunch of stickers slapped onto it, the viewer still knows it's an AK-47. Even more extreme than that is Dota, with over 110 characters in the roster, and the on-screen appearance of each character is significantly smaller than anything you would see in Overwatch. Add on to that every character has numerous weapons, armors, and colors that can drastically change the hero's appearance. But even after all of those changes, there's still a similar theme that makes the character identifiable. So it begs the question, if using a wide variety of skins in games like Street Fighter, CSGO, Dota, League of Legends, and many more, if those don't confuse the viewer, then why does Blizzard think it would cause problems for Overwatch? So circling back to the beginning of this video, one of the biggest problems and complaints with professional Overwatch tournaments was that they were boring and stale. Because the way the game is balanced, that's a topic for an entirely different video, the pro level already has a very limited number of viable characters, which is why you see the same 6 or 7 all the time. If you then limit it by making them all look the same, isn't that just compounding the problem? The main complaint? That the tournaments are boring and stale? In a large Dota tournament, the same character could be used dozens of times by different players on different teams. And each of those players would use a slightly different version in appearance of the character. It gives a little bit of personality to it. Something that is pretty much non-existent in Overwatch. Anyways, I saw this and I just thought it was weird that instead of trying to address and improve the largest complaints about their professional Overwatch esports scene, Blizzard is actually making it even worse. I just don't understand it. It's even more than that though. In CSGO, the professional teams can get stickers of their team name and logo that they can put on their gun to customize during the tournaments. In Dota, it's even more extreme than that, as they will completely design a character skin based on a team or an individual player. So a certain high-profile popular player in Dota literally has his own character skin in the game, and it's something that people will want to see. These sorts of things are what give the game and the tournaments personality. Something that is essentially non-existent in Overwatch. So what do you guys think about this? Would you like to see more personality in the Overwatch esports, where teams and players can actually influence character skins? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server where you can join the community and find other players to group with. The link for that is in the description. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.